Hello all, welcome back to RCB Pavilion. India has been thrashed by South Africa in the first test match, and South Africa has won the first test match by an innings, right? So a huge disappointment. So the question here is, was it a surprise or was it expected? I seriously don't know that answer for that, right? Because the way India had played cricket recently, I felt with the South African side in experience, I think they might get a result. But end of the day, they just proved how to perform in their home conditions, and with the bat, with the ball, they just outplayed us in every department of the game, right? And that's where we have to have that patience, and we have to have a look at our batting lineup that it's inexperienced. We need patience with the likes of Yashasvi Jaiswal, Shubman Gill, Shreyas Iyer, all these players, especially in overseas conditions, especially the likes of England, South Africa, New Zealand, Australia. It will take time for them to perform. And if you look at Shubman Gill's start to his test career, it's been poor because he has an average of 30, and at the same time, Ashwin had more runs than him. So uh, we have to look at our team because it's in transition, especially if you look at our test side. Because I was having a conversation with my friend, and he was telling the golden era of Indian cricket in test is over. So is that the case? Is that the results we are expecting from Indian side in the future also, where India will struggle abroad? I think, yeah, I think it's certainly that case. At least for a year or two, I think Indian batting lineup might struggle. And I think Test cricket is the real cricket, right? And end of the day, I think we have to play a lot of Test cricket. And I think in 2024, or maybe till the next WTC final cycle, I think India are playing around 15 Test matches. So I think it will be a good test because the likes of Yashasvi, Shubman Gill, Shreyas Iyer, Rishabh Pant is missing. So all these youngsters, they have to cement their place in this test squad, right? Because which rightly brings into the next point where I just wanted to discuss: do we move forward or do we look back again? So what I mean hereby is, I have again after the test match, I spoke to a lot of my friends. So they are telling, why can't we bring in Ajinkya Rahane? Why can't we bring in Pujara? Why can't we give chance to Hanuma Vihari? So actually, I totally agree. I totally agree with them. The disappointment what they have, and I agree with them that okay, these players should play, but what's the point? How long they are gonna play? 1 year, 2 years. So what's the future? What's the future plan for India in Test cricket? So that's where this question comes in. Do we look forward or do we go back again? So do we drop these youngsters and do we bring back Pujara, Rahane, Shikhar Dhawan, Hanuma Vihari, these kind of players? Do we bring back to them squad to manage a result or to get a overseas win? Because in India have not won a test series in South Africa, and they have lost a chance this year. I think this year they had a great chance, right? Especially with the squad South Africa had, but again they have lost it. Lost the chance to win a series in South Africa. They have won the test series in all other nations, I mean the overseas nations. So the way we played in the first test, I am not confident that we are gonna win the second test also, right? That's how they played, and it showed in their batting also. There's no temperament, a lack of leaving outside off stump. So all those comes into the play, especially because nowadays we are exposed to too much white ball cricket. And just one suggestion I have here for Indian cricket team, and one thing which I don't like, and many people have said that also, why can't India go with format players, like this player for this format, this particular player for T20 format, this particular player for ODI cricket? Why can't India look at that way? In India, what I see, the obsession here is every player needs to play all the format. That should not be the case. You look at Dean Elgar, what a brilliant innings of 185. He's just a test player for South Africa, correct? So if you look at India, how they manage cricketers is that if they play one format, they have to play all the three formats. No, it should not be like that. Because if you look at South Africa's test side, hardly any player plays T20 and the likes of one-day internationals, right? If you look at, I think Aiden Markram, Nandre Berger debuted in all three formats, Rabada, all X. Apart from all these players, I don't think any player plays all three formats. Dean Elgar, Keegan Peterson, one more guy who debuted, and so many players are in South Africa who just plays Test cricket. So in India, I think I only remember Ishant Sharma, Pujara, maybe Ashwin. I think only these three players are only one format players, right? So I think that culture India should bring in, because the number one point is there is a lot of cricket going on. There is a lot of cricket, franchise cricket. So you mold player according to the format, and if he wants to play only one format, just encourage that. So I think India has to bring in that culture into their cricketing system, especially BCCI have to take a hard look at themselves and get in that system to Indian cricket as soon as possible. Just give a player a format, and if he's performing, if he's consistently performing, then just give them the chance. Bring into ODI, T20 international. If you look at Surya Kumar Yadav, also he's a fantastic T20 international player, but they brought him in the middle order for India, and he has not yet clicked, and he has not had a fantastic ODI career. So you just have to mold the players in that basis, I feel. And so again, the point which I was talking is like, do we have to go back to the past or in the future? I just want to put this question across to you guys. What do you feel? Again, do we go back to Pujara, the likes of Pujara, Rahane, or we move forward with the likes of Rishabh Pant, Shreyas Iyer, Shubman Gill, players waiting in the wings like Devdutt Padikkal is there, Tilak Verma, Abhimanyu Ishwaran. So all these are touted as next like red ball format players, right? So I certainly feel we have to move to the future, because you have to test them, right? We have to wait and watch how they perform in the second test. That's why I said patience is required. We are more exposed to white ball cricket, so we have to see how they perform in the overseas conditions. I think we have a perfect coach in Rahul Dravid, how he can teach them play in overseas. So my opinion here is we move to future. There's no point looking back into the past, and it's a simple thing for how many years they are going to play, and for that matter, Virat Kohli and Rohit Sharma also, how more long they can play and they can help this team. So it's really more important to go through the transition phase now rather than later. So we are well prepared in 2 years, 3 years time. So that's my suggestion here, or that's my view here. We have to look into the future, and we have to go with these youngsters we have at the current moment. So put in the comments, guys, what do you feel? You look into the future or go back into the past? And actually, the one thing which I am really disappointed about in this test match was the bowling of Indian team, especially South Africa scoring 408 in that pitch is criminal, guys. Seriously, and that too, especially with the bowling lineup we have: Jasprit Bumrah, we had Mohammad Siraj, Prasidh Krishna debut, Shardul Thakur, Ashwin. So really, and hugely disappointed with Prasidh Krishna. I really expected a lot. One of my friend had a message saying he will take a fifer, and I had the same hopes, because he has all the attributes, right? Pace, he will get extra bounce. I think Indian bowlers didn't use that pitch perfectly, because as soon as in the second innings, Rabada and Andre Burger started bowling, it was just a different pitch altogether. And if you look at South Africa batting, even Jansen scored 84. So what does that mean? We didn't bowl well. How can a player like Jansen score 84? I understand he bat decently, but how can he score 84 lower down the order with the bowling lineup we have? And especially Dean Elgar is a super player, but giving one batsman 185 in that pitch, that is horrible, guys. And as they say, first innings is very crucial, and we lost the test match there itself. So, but end of the day, I expected a little fight from Indian side in the second innings, but they were just blown away apart from Virat Kohli. So they have to learn from this mistake and come back stronger in the second test match. So I think Prasidh Krishna might be dropped. It's really hard on him. It's a hard lesson from him. He's learning on the game. But I expected a lot from him, and I seriously don't understand the selection of Shardul Thakur. See, I'm not being harsh or not being critical, but see, guys, you are playing for India. What impact you are producing for the team India, guys? I understand he scored half century in England. I understand he gives you wickets, but like how long you will go with him, and how can he be an all-rounder? And that's my next point is, like, who's an all-rounder for you guys? Put in the comment section for you. what's the definition of an all-rounder? For me, I play cricket. I have been taught a player who can be in the 11 as a batter alone and who can be in the playing 11 alone as a bowler is called an all-rounder. Will you pick Shardul Thakur purely as a batter in the playing 11? No way in a million years, right? And if you look at the sides of Australia, England, I think he won't get even in the playing 11 as a bowler also. So how come in the graphics it shows Shardul Thakur as an all-rounder? I'm still baffled. I think India has produced very rare all-rounder. Kapil Dev was an all-rounder. Hardik Pandya is an all-rounder. Ravindra Jadeja is an all-rounder. Ashwin, you can because he has 5 test hundreds, so maybe. But if you look at pure dynamics of an all-rounder, I think Ashwin also is not an all-rounder. And certainly few people will tell Jadeja also is not an all-rounder because I don't think he will get into the playing 11 only as a batter, right? So there are few genuine all-rounders, and it's really a shame people are calling Shardul Thakur an all-rounder. Because guys, Jack Scullis is an all-rounder. He's a world-class player. He is an all-rounder. Ian Botham is an all-rounder. Andrew Flintoff is an all-rounder. Ben Stokes was an all-rounder because now he can't bowl. So these are the players who are called all-rounders. So I really don't understand India picking Shardul Thakur. I don't think it's Indian teams. I'm not blaming completely Indian team here because they don't prepare the graphics. So Indian team might have an idea that okay, he will score just 20-30 runs, so pick him. But why? Guys, you are an Indian team player. Why you are picking based on okay, he will score 20? His main attribute is bowling. Pick him based on he will pick 5. He will pick me 5 wickets given any conditions, any situation. Like Jasprit Bumrah, like Mohammad Siraj. Pick on that basis. Why are you scared about batting? Why are you scared about okay, he will score me to give me 20 runs? Guys, if you pick in that mindset, you already lost a test match, right? He didn't perform with the bat, he didn't perform with the ball. Mukesh Kumar would have debuted. At least he's a genuine bowler, he would have bowled. And end of the day, he also can score 10-20 runs down the order. It won't be that worst, right? What I'm suggesting here is there's not a huge gap. If it's Hardik Pandya, I totally understand. If he is the caliber of Kapil Dev, I understand. Guys, no. I understand we have to go with the resources we have, but go with a proper resource. What's his best attribute compared to what's his other attribute? If he is a bowler come batter who can give you 20 runs, I will go with personally as a captain, I will go with a player who gives 100% as a bowler itself, who will give me wickets. So guys, that's what I just wanted to explain this video. Why India are struggling in Test cricket? Why India generally struggle in like knockout formats, in World Cup, in multinational tournaments, because they go with this kind of approach, a safe approach. They don't go the aggressive way; they go the safe way, and they just get the team combination wrong. I feel sometimes because see, Keshav Maharaj is a really good bowler. They just dropped him. If Ashwin was not gonna bowl so much, why you picked Ashwin? Again, for the same reason, he can bat a little bit. Go with medium paces, no. In that pitch, you go with medium paces. They have to cultivate that culture. They have to bring that fearless cricket into play. So that's what just wanted to explain about all-rounders, guys. I think India have never produced a world-class all-rounder apart from Kapil Dev. Jadeja also, okay, he's an all-rounder, but he's not he can be called a world-class all-rounder, but not as to the levels of Jack Callis, Kapil Dev, Ian Botham, Ben Stokes, Andrew Flintoff. All these players are world-class all-rounders. Yeah, Shakib Al Hasan also is a world-class all-rounder. So, stating Shardul Thakur is an all-rounder, Ashwin as an all-rounder, I am not with it. Ashwin you can call because he has that experience, he has scored that 500s, but guys, I'm still baffled with the decision of picking Shardul Thakur. Put in the comment section what do you feel. And I seriously don't have hopes that India will win the second test also. They have to improve their batting. They are just, it's difficult. They need patience. And especially as fans, we need patience because it's a transition period in Test cricket and they will take time. Especially the likes of Shubman Gill and Yashasvi, they are quality players. I think they will come back stronger. Shreyas Iyer, he's a good player, but I feel he will struggle in overseas conditions, especially with that bouncer. And he has that in mind. But I'm not taking away his stats in Test cricket. He has a fantastic record, and he's a quality player. But again, we need that solid batter, right? And I hope he comes back stronger. I hope he proves everyone wrong. So, guys, put in our comment section what do you feel about that first Test match against South Africa. India had been just thrashed. For few people, it just came as a surprise. But I think we need to we need to get used to these kind of results in the future, especially in Test. I feel because they might struggle. India might struggle considering especially that batting order. So comment, guys. Put in the comment section, especially for you who is an all-rounder. Do you tout Shardul Thakur as an all-rounder? Will you make any changes for the second Test match? I think I might bring in Mukesh Kumar. Avesh Khan has been added to the squad, so I don't think any changes in the batting lineup. So comment. What's your thoughts on that Test performance India had in the first Test? So I just wanted to bring in that point, few points to discuss in for the first Test match. Right? Take care, guys. See you on the other side.